Welcome to the Kobe Bryant Film Room. And what I kind of want to go through is the 10 times Kobe Bryant was injured but refused to quit video. Brought to you by Raul Presents Kobe, right? And I kind of want to go and commentate on this video just to show you guys the toughness of Kobe Bryant. And if you're going to compare the new players to Kobe, this is the type of stuff that I want to see when you're comparing a player to Kobe. Do they have the will to stay on the court, right? To fight through things. Now, I've seen a couple of players in the league who do have toughness, right? De'Aaron Fox was one of them, playing in the playoff with a broken finger. I respected De'Aaron Fox for that, right? A lot of guys would have sat out and quit. So let's get into it.
We all remember the tragic day when Kobe Bryant's career was unofficially ended near the end of the 2013 season.
Yep, that's
when
right.
his Achilles ruptured against Golden State. The Lakers would go on
to... you guys, put down in the comments section, where were you at when that happened? When Kobe injured his Achilles, right? Do you guys remember what you were doing? Do you guys remember your thought process of that injury? And like how you took it in? Right? Yeah. Let me know down in the comment section.
Playoffs thanks to his late season heroics, but they would get swept by San Antonio without Kobe in the lineup. I'll always wonder what they might have accomplished that postseason because of the way he had been playing up until that point.
I think we could have beat San Antonio, to be honest with you. Kobe was playing the best basketball I've seen him play in years.
And for the first time ever, we didn't get to see Kobe return in time to make a difference. We had gotten used to seeing Kobe be so consistent, always showing up ready to play and to compete, regardless of the stage. Sometimes it's easy to forget that he has rarely been healthy, especially in his later years, because we were just used to seeing him play so well. But
yeah, and the thing about Kobe is that Kobe was always injured. I was having a talk with my friend a while back about Kobe's injuries. I said, yo, Kobe's injury prone. He said, what? I said, Kobe Bryant was injury prone. He just played through it. He didn't cry about it. He just played through it, right? A lot of the injuries that he sustained, guys would have been mailed in the season. Who would have played through a broken finger, a knee injury, and on a bum ankle in the finals, right? And then let alone not only play on it, but win with it, right? He was different, y'all.
The truth is, Kobe has had quite a lot of injuries, and he simply played through them whenever it was possible, and sometimes even when it was not. So let's take a look at some of the injuries Kobe faced in his professional career and how he managed to have an impact even when he was far from 100%. We're going to start off by going way back, all the way to high school. Drew Downer, Kobe's assistant coach in high school, reported that Kobe broke his nose in practice once, a few days before the state.
Now think about this, right? Imagine breaking your nose. Then imagine breaking your nose and having to play in a game, right? Where guys are swinging, guys are trying to be physical with you. Imagine that.
Final against Chester. He says we spent 2 days getting a custom mask made and trying to keep it quiet from Chester and all this stuff. Then the day before the game, he just says forget it and plays without the mask. He scores 39 points and we win to get to the state final. You might have seen Dwayne Wade breaking Kobe's nose in an All-Star game just a few years ago, and it's no surprise that he would stay in, making his free throws and finishing that game when a broken nose didn't even slow him down as a teenager. In October 1999, the Lakers were having their first exhibition game ever under Phil Jackson. Kobe's hand was hit by an elbow in the first quarter, which broke it in the process, but Kobe continued to play, and in 30 minutes...
Right? Everybody want to knock him for the field goal percentage and all this shit. Kobe played through a lot, right? And he didn't complain, so you never would know about it.
He accounted for 18 points, 5 assists, 4 steals, and 0 turnovers. This was an exhibition game. It wasn't until 2 days later when Kobe was complaining about pain that they had x-rays taken and revealed that he had broken the 4th metacarpal bone in his right hand. After this,
imagine playing through that
for 15 games. One of his most famous injuries happened in the 2000 finals against the Indiana Pacers. Jalen Rose has since come out and said that he had done it purposefully, but during those finals he stepped...
Now Jalen, I'm glad Jalen actually takes a a man to admit when he was wrong. So I'm glad Jalen did that. But Jalen, man, come on, bro. He was busting y'all ass so bad you had to injure the man, bro. Like, at the thought process that went in his mind, and I know how bad he wanted to win the championship, right? So you're thinking like, on one side, right? You're thinking like, damn, that shit fucked up. That's cowardly. Well, on another side, Jalen thinking, yo, I gotta get this chip. Malcolm X style, by any means necessary, dog. I gotta get this chip. But I mean, I don't condone it, but I can understand in that moment how the thoughts that's going on in his mind.
Underneath Kobe's foot while he was taking a jump shot, and when Kobe landed on it, he sprained his ankle badly. Kobe would miss the remainder of Game 2, which the Lakers ended up winning to take a 2-0 series lead. But the Pacers won Game 3 and were in position to tie the series up with a Game 4 win when Kobe decided.
Hey, Jalen Rose full of shit. I'm Grant Land talking about, I think I did it on purpose. You think?
Sit out any longer. He played on a badly sprained ankle, carrying the Lakers to a 120-118
That's right.
overtime.
When he had that great performance,
keep in mind that Shaq
he was injured,
out of this game. When Kobe scored 22 points in the second half of overtime alone, including the final 6 Lakers points and a blocked shot with 2.5 minutes left to play. Kobe came up big in the clutch, being the Lakers' last hope at preventing the Pacers from tying the series up 2-2. Kobe had surgery done on his right shoulder at the start of the.
So here's the thing, right? When you hear these players, these NBA players talking about, oh yeah, if I was in Kobe's position, oh yeah, we would have won championships. I would have won some championships with Shaq. Really? Would you have came back from that? I'm talking to like Paul Pierce. I'm talking about people saying LeBron could do it. I'm talking about T-Mac thinking he could do it. All these other stars, right? Would you have came back from that? Right? Would you have came back from that? That ankle injury that Jalen Rose gave Kobe. You probably would have been out for the series.
2003-2004 season. In his first game against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, Kobe sprained this right shoulder again when a defender came down on it after a pump fake. He made his.
And so Kobe was injured that whole 2004 season. He had the black protection sleeve on his shoulder because he had completely separated that thing, and he needed surgery, but he still played.
Free throws, but ended up leaving the game. Although the Lakers were already without Shaq and Karl Malone, and Kobe was.
Nobody brings this shit up, but I gotta hear about. And this is the thing, right? This is the thing that bothers me, right? Nobody talks about Kobe's injuries that he dealt with when he was shooting a bad percentage, quote unquote. Nobody talks about it when he loses, his injuries that he dealt with. But we're constantly hearing excuses for these modern day superstars when they get hurt. But they knock Kobe and try to tear him down when he played through the shit. That's what pisses me off, y'all.
Longer. He missed only 6 games and returned to play against the Supersonics, where he re-aggravated his injury from contact against the shoulder again. The Lakers training staff expected Kobe to miss at least another month, but there he was with the team on the plane to Boston, where Kobe played, scoring 18 points and 10 assists in their victory against the Celtics.
That's a warrior, man.
Won 12 of their next 13 games.
It's a warrior,
with Kobe
dog.
averaging 28
Don't
points,
complain about
6
this shit.
rebounds,
Just go
and
out
5
there
assists,
and
shooting
ball.
45% from the field and 37% from 3. Instead of sitting out for 4 to 6 weeks, Kobe was playing 39 minutes a game.
That's right. And the injury is still not an excuse for Kobe, right? The injury is still not an excuse. We lost. We take it on chin. Other teams are dealing with injuries too. So that's still not an excuse. No excuses, dog. No excuses. I don't think even Kobe wants us to make excuses for him. The Pistons won. They whooped their ass. But when you're coming up with excuses for somebody else, you gotta give the other person excuses too. Can't have it one way.
Start of a game in 2009 versus the Cavs, Kobe had his finger dislocated. And something that really shocked me about this play is that Kobe was signaling over to the bench that he wanted them to take a foul or take a timeout or something, and the Lakers just continued to play for the entire possession until the Cavs were able to score. I just thought that was a really pathetic display by his teammates. In 2016, something similar happened here, where Kobe was going for the ball and had his finger dislocated again, except this time he was immediately pulled over to the side and had Gary Vitti help him adjust it. The look on this woman's face says it all. Kobe returned to the game immediately after and scored on the next possession.
She said, oh, shit. She about to throw up out her. Hey, Kobe's such a G. Look how this nigga, and Gary Vitti talks about this later, how tough Kobe was. But look at how Kobe just gets back up, y'all.
They're one of the intangibles.
Just gets back up like nothing and walks right back on the court.
2009 to 2010.
Hey, if that was AD, what y'all think would have happened? Nigga would have rolled on the ground. He would have been crawling. He would have been crying. He would have been on a stretcher to the back. He would have missed like 18 games. Like, we just gotta be real about this shit, y'all.
Kobe suffered an avulsion fracture on his right index finger.
Not saying AD don't have the right to get injured, because you can't control that, right? Just saying, like, sometimes his toughness is questioned, man. And sometimes he barely gets hit. You just act like he got shot.
That's not even the craziest part. Let me give you some context for this injury. Despite an injury to his shooting hand's small finger, which was described as a complete tear of the radial collateral ligament, an avulsion fracture, and a volar plate injury at the MCP joint that occurred in a game on February 5th, 2008, Kobe decided to play all 82 games of the regular season.
All 82? When's the last time you seen a nigga play all 82? I'm talking about your stars.
Surgery. This was the 07-08
with that
season
injury
where Kobe won his first season MVP, and the Lakers made a finals run, ultimately losing to the Celtics in 6 games. Regarding this injury, he stated,
and people got the nerve to judge him off of sometimes having bad games. You know what I'm saying?
Delay any surgical procedure until after our Lakers season and this summer's Olympic Games. But this is an injury that myself and the Lakers medical staff will just have to continue to monitor on a day-to-day.
This nigga's so fucking tough, bro. This nigga knew Team USA was getting their ass whooped, right? Winning bronze medals and shit. This dude's such a damn gangster, bro. He said, I'm gonna hold that shit off. We gonna win the chip. We gonna try and win the chip. And then we gonna go to play in the Summer Olympics. We gonna win the gold. That's gangster, bro. He knew they needed him.
Again, this is his right pinky finger on his shooting hand. This is something that you would feel while handling the ball, shooting, passing, catching the ball. And Kobe decided, after seeing numerous hand specialists, that he would forego surgery on his right pinky. Fresh off of winning the Olympic gold medal in Beijing, Kobe decided he would not want to miss any time on the court when Lakers training camp opened later that month. Bryant said, I have always felt that I can still focus and play at a high level.
Yo, it do look like he giving him the finger. Is he giving him a finger? Hey, Kobe, that's why you didn't win the MVP awards, man. You can't be giving the media the finger like that.
Through various injuries. That's really just part of the game. When the doctors told me recovery from a procedure could be 12 weeks, I just decided now was not the time to have surgery. Fast forward to the...
And that's that old school mentality. I don't want you guys to think that Kobe was the only player who had toughness, right? A lot of the old school players back in the day had that same toughness. I mean, not to the degree Kobe did, but they didn't want to miss games, right? They felt like if you could still move, especially if you were in the finals, if you could breathe, you're playing. If you can move your limbs, you're playing. And that was just the mentality. I mean, look at Isaiah Thomas when he got injured. You know, he's giving his team everything he has. We don't get that today. We get guys crying, we get low management, we get excuses, we get all sorts of bullshit.
2010 season. A week after Kobe banked in his famous game-winning 3 versus Miami over Dwayne Wade, Bryant suffered an avulsion fracture in his right index finger in a game against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Nobody knew about that.
So he has this pinky on his right hand that he never got surgery on, and he now injures his right index finger on the same hand, his shooting hand. Despite the injury, Kobe elected to continue playing rather than take any time off to rest the injury. Why would he do this? Well, I think it has something to do with the fact that the Lakers came up short in the 2008 finals,
and
losing to the Celtics, and Kobe.
And he wanted. Look about that 2008 finals. He wanted that championship more than anything, bro. Kobe wanted to win one without Shaq so bad. You know what I mean? Because the media was on his ass. They said he can't win without Shaq. And then when the nigga won without Shaq, he won 2 without Shaq. After he won 2 without Shaq, guess what they did? He needed Shaq. They go right back to the shit they were saying before. It's a damn shame, bro.
So motivated to get back to the finals and win that ring that he decided not to take any time off, regardless of his multiple injuries. For a few weeks, Kobe wore a splint wrapped in tape. The splint would hinder his ability to handle the ball,
and was lighting up the fucking league.
Shoot with a splint on his index finger. For those of you who don't play basketball regularly, the index finger is commonly used to aim and guide the ball when releasing a shot. And it's just ridiculous to imagine that the Lakers' #1 scoring option and primary ball handler has only 3 healthy fingers on his shooting hand. You might be wondering how it affected his game. The next day versus Utah, Kobe scored only 16 points, shot the ball poorly, and the Lakers ended up losing by 8. But in the following game versus Chicago, Kobe made an adjustment. Let me tell you some of the stats of his next 10 games. Kobe scored 35 or more in 7 of the 10 games, with 40 or more 3 times. The Lakers won 8 of those games.
That's right. Kobe had the ability to adjust to anything. And I think Kobe's #1 ability is to steal everything from everybody, right? Kobe stole from Gary Payton. He stole from Michael. He stole from everybody who he thought he could. He stole from Reggie. He stole from everybody who he thought could help build his game so he could be the ultimate basketball player. And so he had the ability to adjust to anything, right? So his learning process, I think I was reading about a story where he adjusted, like it was a crazy story a while back, something to do with him just being able to adjust on the fly. I'm trying to remember who told that story. But anyways, it's just Kobe's work ethic and being able to adjust on the fly. Just him just being able to get up so many shots in practice, just going off muscle memory. Right? A lot of things with Kobe was just muscle memory. He knew every area on the floor. Right? Kobe was a dog, y'all, the ultimate dog.
Averaging 37 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, 49% from the field, and 35% from 3. During this stretch, Kobe hit a game-winning fadeaway against Milwaukee and another game-winning corner three-pointer versus the Kings. In 4 of these games, Kobe played more than 45 minutes. We all know how 2010 ended, with Kobe playing through the season and the playoffs, winning his 5th championship ring and his 2nd Finals MVP. If you were wondering why Kobe seemed off or shot poorly in some of those playoff games, perhaps even Game 7 of the Finals, this might be why. He hadn't been healthy.
And they don't care, right? They're mainly focused on tearing his career down. They don't care that he was playing through 3 different injuries during the 2010 Finals. The knee injury, the ankle injury, and that's not an excuse. We won. But it's just the fact that they don't give a fuck. When it comes to Kobe, he could do it with 3 injuries, 8 injuries, 20 injuries. They don't care. Even if he wins, they still bring it up. Think about this, y'all. In a win, they bring up his inefficiency, right? In a win. Now, you would think that the dude won the fucking game, you would celebrate him. He went and got the rebounds, right? Which is how you beat a team like a defensive team like the Celtics. The Celtics were, I believe they were in the top in the league in rebounds, amongst the top, right? Kobe went out there and did what was necessary to do to beat that team. You don't play every team the same way, right? Which is part of his genius.
years. But winning came first, and Kobe made no excuses, deciding that winning the championship was much more important than addressing his injuries. In the 2011-2012 season, Kobe again injured his right hand, this time tearing the ligament in his right wrist during the first preseason game against the Clippers. The pain was excruciating. Kobe was getting a numbing shot before every single game since the injury, and as a result, he said the pain was tolerable during play. One Lakers source said, "It was a miracle that he even played. If it was anyone else but Kobe, if they did play, they'd come up goose eggs on the scoreboard.
Exactly.
It's incredible he's playing at all." This was one of Kobe's worst shooting seasons, but after tearing the ligament in his right wrist, Kobe started the season off averaging 29 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists a game. This included a stretch where he scored 40 points in 4 consecutive games. And this
now, I want y'all to think about that, bro. Do we hear the media talk about his injuries? Do we hear anybody talk about his ability to play through pain? No. We just hear 40-something% from the field. He never shot such and such something. And he was fucking winning. Right? And he actually did shoot a high percentage. He shot 46% for the 2000s. Not only that, he has the most unassisted jumpers in NBA history, meaning he created his own shots more than any other player in the NBA history. You know how hard that is to do, especially shooting 46% from the field? Y'all don't know, man. Y'all don't know.
Kobe, the oldest player in NBA history, to have 4 times in a row. One of Kobe's latest injuries was in 2015 when he went up for a baseline dunk and tore the rotator cuff in his right shoulder. He stayed in the game, even taking and making a turnaround fadeaway jump shot with his left hand before his coach realized it was time to get him out. Kobe missed the rest of the season and opted to get surgery, but playing much longer wouldn't have made a difference that year anyway. The Achilles rupture.
But see, no offense, right, to Larry Bird, but when Larry Bird does it, when he shoots with his left, everybody's like, "Oh my God, Larry Bird shot the ball with his left." Kobe shoots with his left, they ain't even fucking brought up. I don't ever hear that being brought up in any type of conversation, right? And shout out to Larry Bird, right? His left was crazy, but I'm just talking about the way they talk about Kobe compared to other stars who did the same thing.
That Kobe suffered in 2013, which ended his season and pretty much ended his career, was an interesting one because Kobe had been playing.
He worked so hard, man. I was so fucking pissed off.
27 points, 6 rebounds,
and
and 5
sad
assists
at the same time, man. He worked so hard for that.
There had never been a player to average more than 20 points a game in their 17th season.
That particular season, he was going out there guarding point guards and playing the point guard position and getting some triple doubles along with that, right? Everybody loves triple doubles. But he was always able to do that. He just ain't have to, right? It wasn't necessary. And I heard Shannon Sharp sit there and say, "Well, he got to be the cook." He was comparing LeBron to Jordan. "Well, he got to be the cook, the cleaning person." I'm like, bro, if you got a wife, you don't have to do the dishes, right? You don't have to cook if you got a wife. Mike had Scotty. Kobe had Shaq. He don't have to do the cooking. Now, when it's time to do that cooking and cleaning and mopping and all that other shit, they can do it. They have the capabilities to get the job done. They can do anything on the floor. Don't get it twisted. Just because you see this nigga killing you scoring-wise doesn't mean he couldn't pass the ball or defend at a high level or rebound at a high level. He did what was necessary to get the job done. And that is to win championships, which he did.
It was simply unheard of. The fact that people even expected Kobe to average 20 in his 17th season, and that he ended up averaging 27, was just proof that Kobe had been doing miraculous things throughout his career. After the Achilles rupture, he never fully recovered and got back to his prime form. But you saw in his last game that
shout out to LeBron James for lasting this long, man. It's not easy. You see how many injuries Kobe went through. LeBron James is incredible at sustaining his career for this long. You have to give him credit. I don't give a fuck if you like him, dislike him. You got to give him credit, right, for doing that because Kobe was doing everything he could to stay on that floor. and he just couldn't. His body just couldn't hold up anymore. Right now, I know the game's a little different. It's a little less physical, which gives LeBron a little bit of advantage. But even that, right? Sometimes LeBron's been playing this game since he was 18, deep and going the deep finals runs. Now they overreact to his finals runs, but he was going deep into the finals every single year, which is hard. That's taxing, y'all. So you gotta salute LeBron. To break the all-time scoring record is an amazing achievement, no matter how you want to look at it.
Scored 60, including the game-winning shot against the Utah
I just
Jazz.
think people go overboard with some of the praise sometimes.
Unfortunately, we'll never get to really know, but we can always wonder what could have happened if Kobe was never injured in his 17th season. The Lakers could have made a serious push in the playoffs if Kobe had been playing, and he might have even been playing today past his 20th season. Kobe went on to set numerous records, such as being the oldest player to score 60 points, and we saw glimpses of the Kobe of old as he scored 25 and 30.
If Kobe never got hurt, I think he would have had like at least 2 more seasons of just like that season. Because he was balling, right? And so I do believe he could have gave us 2 more seasons at that level. I don't know if we would have won the championship. We had so much turmoil that year. But yeah, I think he definitely would have put up numbers, 27, 28 points per game.
35.7.
He would have broke. I think he would have broke the scoring record, y'all. I honestly think he would have. He was already on pace.
Season. It seems likely that Kobe would have averaged 25 points even in his 20th season if he didn't have to deal with the injuries he faced in the final 3 years. Since his teenage years, Kobe has had the ability to play through intense pain and injury, and that manifested itself in 5 championship rings and all the accolades to go with it that you probably already know. Will we ever see another player like this again? Yeah. Players like Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Wilt Chamberlain.
And like I said, Larry and Michael, right? Larry and Michael were just ridiculous. Like to play through what they played with, especially Larry Bird, falling on his back and just I think he got injured helping his mom out, something like that, and he's never been the same since. His shooting finger or something like that. He still was an amazing shooter. That's the incredible part. Come back, several back injuries, body just couldn't hold up. He gave the Celtics everything he had. So when you're ranking these players, remember Larry Bird. Remember the toughness of these players. Giving a franchise everything they had, refusing to give up. Do you guys want an employee that gives you everything, every single moment they're there at the job, everything they have, every single moment? And even when they're not working at that job at that particular day, outside the job, they're still working twice as hard so they can get back to the job and do a better job. That was Kobe. That was Bird. That was Michael. Right? Non-stop grind. They wanted to be the best ever.
Any injury or situation, especially in the playoffs.
You don't make these guys every day, y'all. They don't come across
because
every day.
They're tired. And you'll see star players resting for weeks with minor injuries. But that's something we didn't see in Kobe's 20-year career. So it's easy to see.
I don't know if it was food poisoning or or he was just sick, but either way, to play through food poisoning, man, is ridiculous because I've had food poisoning before, and I was laid the fuck out.
His name is mentioned with the greatest to ever play. That's all for now. I hope you guys learned something new about the Mamba, and stay tuned. I'll be bringing you.
Also, he's probably gonna get into this part 2, but Kobe played in the 2011 Maverick series with a ankle the size of a bowling ball. Right? That's never brought up, by the way, but that's another injury that comes to my mind. But this is the Kobe Bryant Film Room, and that'll do it for today's episode of Kobe, the 10 times Kobe Bryant was injured but refused to quit. I'm out.